Western Europeans have made conscious efforts to create flexible manufacturing techniques to be optimal for minimizing supply chain disruptions. Initially, successful companies outsourced either all, or nearly all, of their manufacturing operations in hopes of reducing costs and maximizing production, largely due to the variety of supply chain disruptions in the global economy, including, but not limited to, fuel price volatility, advances in technology, and the rising labor costs. The once successful companies now fall behind. To meet the ongoing changes in the business market, both the US and Europe are in search of new sourcing solutions. Western Europe, as evident by many high-priced items, is beginning to focus on regional sources. MIDI, management incentive through investment equity, works furiously to make a difference in a world of constant change through strategic outsourcing. The growing phenomenon first struck Europe in the late 1980s in hopes to enlarge the workforce of passionate, against-the-clock, fearless, fresh-thinking entrepreneurs. Over 70,000 dedicated professionals are providing the goods and services necessary to supplement the large number of group businesses to prosper while sharing both human and marketing resources. After the Eurozone crisis, this is exactly what was encouraged to create more economic stimulus. It was not the emerging, new businesses that were at risk, but instead the developed markets that were in danger of default. After 2012, the German Chancellor Angela Merkel proposed a plan to create special funds to privatize state-owned businesses, establish economic zones, invest in renewable energy, launch quick start programs, and encourage the young labor force. In comparison of the entrepreneurship in Europe to that of the US, the legal framework is the difference. The government regulations often retard entrepreneurship as the underlying requirements for having a business are more expensive, with European corporate tax rates are relatively high. There are many social aspects involved in running a business in Europe as well, with Europeans more inclusive. The joining of companies in Europe helps minimize losses and maximize production. There is a growing global instability caused by the persistent US balance of payment deficit. As the dollar loses value against the euro and Swiss franc, the relative decline of labor productivity in the US is reflected. Culturally significant to Western Europe is the omnipresent laid-back nature of Europeans. Americans go, finishing meals and off to the next task. There is an automatic association with long waits and meals when reminiscing about the restaurants in Dijon. In America, it's the bigger the better. Bigger cars, bigger streets, and of course, bigger portions. Europeans eat light portions and cafes are on every corner. Visiting Europe is quite the culture shock. Where we have cars, Europeans have bikes and mopeds. Customer service does not exist in the same way as it does in America. The culture of Europe is rooted in art, architecture, music and literature that originated from the ancestors of the region. In Dijon, it was definitely very French compared to the people in Paris, who represented a fantastic mix when compared to the locals in Dijon.